I continued to be working in construction supervision projects involving generally major bridges overseas. I was working overseas, and my wife came into the truth some time before me, and she told me about Father and Mother and gave me the truth books to read, which I did read. And I noted the author of these books was someone called Hong. But they didn't seem mind-blowingly different from what I'd been brought up as. Because of my wife's persuasive powers, I did study in a Zion in Korea, and I attended a few hours study with a very patient missionary in that Zion. And after study, my wife said, well, now why not be baptized? But at the time I resisted it quite strongly. Because I was baptized at birth, I felt to be rebaptized was somehow a statement that my parents had wasted their life with my Christian upbringing. But after a day or so, I returned to the Zion and was baptized. And that was accompanied by a flush of joy, joyous relief, an eye-opening realization that what is written in Father's books, they now made sense to me. The logical explanation of what had happened in this world since Christ came 2,000 years ago and now is all revealed through his explanations. The dark ages when the truth disappeared, bringing back the truth of the Passover, and the most amazing thing is the realization our Heavenly Mother is with us in this time. And all of that was prompted by, in my experience, was baptism. And I presume it is the emergency Passover contained within baptism, through which suddenly, in my case, I could see the light. And that has been a most amazing experience. The fact that the truth came with such a relatively short period of study and the baptism ceremony itself. But the result of that was the realization that Christ Hong is the true God, not just the author of these few books. And that was an amazing realization. The fulfillment of prophecy, which I'm now proud to understand. I'm forever grateful and thankful to Father Christ Hong for bringing the truth and for opening my heart and eyes and ears to them. Thanks to Father and Mother. I was brought up as a practicing Christian. I was taken to church regularly, weekly. I went to a church primary school and I went to a cathedral high school. But I'm ashamed to admit I had really no faith at all in that time, none at all. It was social habit attending worship, and it was just part of societal work to me. It had no meaning. However, after realizing the truth of Father Christ and Heavenly Mother, the practice of regular worship has returned, but with joy and happiness. There is nothing more to look forward to is to meet up with your family at the end of each week. And that's a great thing, to go to Zion, meet our family members and be with Father and Mother on a regular, at least weekly basis. Until finding Zion, churches were large, churches were cold places, churches were not something associated with family or friendship. They were associated with an obligation to attend. But since attending Zion, I just find universally the welcome, the joy at being with family members is overwhelming. And I've been to Zions in 5 different countries, apart from Korea and the UK. And it is universal, the feeling in Zion all around the world. And that is very uplifting, very helpful to one's physical life. During my physical work, which involves liaising with different parties on different sides of the contractual table, I find a large part of my work is mediating, finding not just physical solutions to physical problems, but finding contractual solutions to contractual problems. And I think being in the truth helps with that, helps find common ground to people who seem to be far apart. Realization from the truth is, as one senior church member said to me, miracles only happen to those with faith. And without any doubt, I have been the recipient of quite a few miracles in my life in the last few years. Amazing things have happened, which genuinely I think wouldn't have happened if I hadn't believed in Father and Mother, if they hadn't been there. So in my life generally, I continue to feel much encouragement, much spiritual help from Father and Mother, which helps me look forward to the future with a bright and cheerful heart. And for that, I give endless thanks to Father and Mother.